Hello everyone, welcome back to another video where civilization starts over. We're on episode 16 now, and in the last video we saw the end of World War One and the peace treaty following that. And we saw basically the Great Depression start now that Russia has collapsed. We also saw the peace treaty destroyed the Turkey. We saw Persia and Caspia grow very strong. And we saw China get this piece of land and also united Japanese islands. In this video we'll be seeing some more colonization, especially over here in America, and it's only in America we'll be seeing. So yeah, let's get into the video. We'll be starting here in Cuba, where we see the French still be expanding their colony very much, taking all of these islands as it's pretty easy for them. They even take these smaller islands leading down to Brazil over here, as they even make a landing over here. But they also make a landing in Florida, taking these islands, connecting up with the Iberians, as they basically split up Florida with the Iberians, something like that. Then we move up here into West England, where we see them expanding their colony as well. Now they have many smaller colonies in Africa, but here their goal is to get one big colony, as they want to be recognized more. They're not a world power, they're more like a regional power now. But yeah, as you see them basically just go up like that and take all of this. And they're cutting off the, Scotland. And what has oh my god, what has happened up here? You know what, I'm not going to look into that right now, as we're going to continue seeing West England continue expanding up the coast like that. Moving on to South China here, we'll see them of course expand more into California, not Carolina. But yeah, so they go up more here, taking all of this and going up the coast, before going down more over here into Baja California or something like that, the Mexican California area at least. We see them taking all of this before just expanding more into Mexico. And yeah, we just see more over here. But looking up here, we see Greenland or Iceland. They'll be also expanding their colonial claims or in Americas, taking all of these islands and even making and landing onto northern Canada. So yeah, and Greenland Empire is on the horizon. But looking over here, we'll see Iberia. They will be expanding their claim in here in Alaska as well. Expanding it very much, as it's becoming the biggest colonial claim in the Americas, connecting up with South China before just they're getting claiming a lot. But down here in South America, we'll see the Irish. No, the Irish are gone. But we'll be seeing the we'll be seeing the Iberians still be claiming a lot more, going deep into this continent, as we see the French do the same, as they're basically having a colonial war with the Iberians, trying to get as much land as possible, as they now even reach the south parts of Mexico, reaching up the coast here with South China. And yeah, but we also see another thing happen, that is South China expanding more into Australia here, as they take the northern part. And they also expand into these areas over here, like that. And yeah, but then we'll be seeing the creation of something new. We'll be seeing the creation of something called the United Assembly of Earth, the UAE. And it will be created then none other than Romania here. And yeah, we'll see some grounding members join. These are the grounding members, so if we turn on the lines later, we basically see all of the diamond lines, except Finland, Iberia, and yeah, those two, and the red team. But then I need to clarify, so we'll change this color of these guys, and it will be yellow. So the yellow now is the like founding members. I guess they are the leaders of this alliance or organization. But then of course we'll be seeing some other members join. So we see these members joining the alliance, and yeah, it's not that many. And what? Oh wait, what? How? How does? Anyways, yeah, we see this being the like other members joining, and yeah, we'll see this organization. It's here to try to prevent more major wars like World War I, as it destroyed the world market, as I said in the last video. But now we'll be looking away from it as we see another big war, or not big war, but in kind of a big war. You could say it's over here in the Nordic areas. We basically see Sweden. They'll get jumped. As we basically see this Stockholm nation, they will be invading into Sweden, trying to like make them the real Sweden, and we see them quickly capturing the capital of the original Swedish nation as they just move up and take this major city, and yeah, take this. But I said they will be getting jumped, and that is because we see Norway, they'll be also jumping here as they also hate Sweden. There's a lot of Swedish hate for some reason. Well, not from my subscriber, but we see a lot of nations just hate Sweden. But we will be seeing something other happen. That will be the joining of Finland. Yep, Finland joining and invading Sweden. They'll be landing over here in the south, taking all of these areas. And I don't know why they just want to join. They just hate Sweden. But we see Norway and Stockholm do the more job, as we see them basically just cut up Sweden and take all of that. And yeah, now Sweden is divided. Now let's look at a peace treaty. So this will be the peace treaty where we see basically Norway, they'll be taking all of this. Finland will be taking these islands, and the remaining of Sweden will be given over to Stockholm. And yeah, now one of the oldest nations in the world are just divided and between four nations, or three nations you could say. And yeah, but moving on, we'll see another war happen, that being down here in the Turkish areas. We basically see these two, they hate each other, as both of them claim they're the successor of Turkey, but we all know these are the successors. They own the original land, they have the same color. These guys are some breakaway. So we'll be basically seeing this northern part, they'll be invading into the real Turkey here. If we take a look at the ideologies, we'll be seeing that both of them are democracies. And yes, I have updated the ideology later, and we see basically anarchy. It is everywhere, uh, and yeah, but we see anarchy being formed in a lot of these losing areas. But we also see a new ideology form up here in Russia, and if you look, it's dictatorial oligarchy, where we basically have, like, let's say, three representatives that represent three different groups of people, but in the end they all are led by one bigger, like one leader. So no matter which group here wins, it will be this guy that controls the nation, you could say. But yeah, looking down here again, we'll be seeing this northern Turkish nation. They are far more prepared and organized than this original Turkish nation. So we'll be seeing them lose very much, as yeah, it's not going too good. Yeah, we see them surrender over, and yeah, let's look at a peace treaty. So this will be a peace treaty where we see the Turkish, they'll be pushed back to their core land, and this North Turkish nation, they'll be taking all of that and basically becoming East Turkey. And yeah, in this video, I guess we'll see the older nations, the ones that used to be powers just get destroyed and all of that. But moving on, we'll be looking down here at India, where we see them actually invading into Bengal here. As I don't know why they would do this, they just want to land, I guess. But we'll be seeing them invade here, as they're of course going to win this. Bengal isn't even in top 10 powers, so they don't even stand a chance. As India, I need to redo the power rankings. But all I know is Iberia's number 1, and number 2 would be maybe India, Persia, or maybe Korea would be number 2 probably, but yeah. But we see the Indians capture the capital and this nation just folds, and yeah, let's look at a peace treaty. So this will be a peace treaty where we see India take all of these lands, and the Bengal is now basically northern, I forgot the name. But looking away from India, we'll be looking over here at or up here with Korea, where we'll be seeing them invading too. Now the Great Depression is hurting Iran's economy, but of course we see the stronger nations, they will be able to invade and attack. Now Norway, they're not in world power, but they're in regional power, and they're in pretty rich regional power. Now that they basically control all of this, so countries like Estonia needs to pay them, Russia needs to pay them, this nation, and yeah, they're rich now. But we'll see Korea, they'll be invading into this nation or up here, and the reason is because they want to destroy communism. Yep, Korea hates communism, so that's why they're invading up here. And we basically see them, these guys don't stand a chance against maybe the second strongest nation in the world, so we'll be seeing Korea invade all of them before they capitulate. And yeah, let's take a look at the peace treaty. So in this peace treaty, it will be very simple. We see Korea actually take over the whole nation, and now they're going to be not invading anymore, as they need to assimilate all of these areas, as it's basically used to another economy. Their people are basically brainwashed to listen to the government. But looking away from this area, we'll be looking over at these two nations. So basically Persia, they are very strong, Caspia is very strong, and you know what strong nations do? They expand. So we basically see Persian troops still be seen making naval landing onto this Turkish nation, and it's just game over as they get fully annexed. The peace treaty would be pretty simple. They will be uniting with their the Persian puppet state. So looking away from this peace treaty, we'll be looking over here at Caspia, where we actually see them. They'll be taking some land from their puppet state, and those lands will be looking something like this. So they take that, basically now controlling all of the Caspian Sea. And yeah, just remember, these guys, I think their ruler has changed, of course, but they used to, their leader, or their first leader, was an Turkish leader. Yeah, the Turkish dictator from the Great Mediterranean War. He created this nation, and now look at it now. It controls the Caspian Sea, and it's a big regional power. But looking away from here, we'll be looking up at Russia now, and they'll be actually uniting with a nation, and that nation will be Estonia here. Estonia never really wanted to become its own nation, they were forced to. But we'll be also seeing another thing, their dictator here, he wants of course to reform and or remake a Russian empire, so this was basically his first step to do that. But it's pretty hard, as if we look at alliances, many nations that he borders are in an alliance or are too strong like these guys, but these guys he has a good chance of invading them. But if you look at the ideologies, they're in democracy, so you'll basically get hate from Romania and the rest of the Diamond Alliance. Russia, they do not care, they won't, or the leader does not care, he wants to reform he wants to retake his glory, so he'll be invading straight up, just taking the whole nation. The peace treaty will be simple. We just see him take all of this, just like that, and Russia grows. But looking away from here, we'll be looking down at Asia once more. Now this continent is pretty chill. You'll see China, South China, Korea being the main people. But if we look over here, we'll be seeing a union form. And that union will be the Banana Union. Just kidding, this is Tibet. The Tibet Union, I guess you could say. And you wanna know how I know this is Tibet? I have a new layer called Modern Time. Yep, it's the modern world placed on this world. So basically say this being Tibet, you could say. And yeah, now I'll be calling the nations their name based on their location on the modern day. But looking away from this big union, that's basically here to stop Indian expansion up. We'll be looking over here at this pink team. They have been moved pretty west. They originated here, now they're here, and they have started to like become rich now, because this nation, yeah, it's pretty much. But they will be expanding once more as they go around Africa, just to land in South America. Yep, that nation, they're making a colonial empire, or at least going to try to make one, as they make a big colony down here in South America. And yeah, we basically see the world's starting to get filled in more. But we'll be looking at the UAE once more, as we basically see more members joining. I have nothing else to do in this video, so yeah, let's look at these new members joining. So this will be the new members joining, and that will be the end of this video. Now it will maybe be short, as I'm not doing and half recording as I'm not in an 30 minutes recording time. But that's all for this video, and yeah, goodbye.